All right, this is part 4 of the Honda iTroll install. On this particular step, what they're going to have us do is go ahead and hook up the control module to a battery. You can use the battery in the boat, or I have a shop battery here just to use. So you're going to hook it up, positive of course to plus, negative to black, pretty straightforward. You're going to come up here then to our servo, and you're going to notice that there is a small yellow dot. That is going to be the signal wire. So you have power and ground coming into the servo, and then signal. Signal, according to them, can be yellow, it can be white, and also there was one other color, orange. So orange, yellow, or white. In this case, it's yellow. No big deal there. The next thing they're going to have you do is get the arm out for your servo. So you're going to need to remove the screw that should have been installed in the servo. You're going to grab the arm. You're going to put the arm through here. You're going to notice that there's a small Allen in there. That Allen is a lock screw, or a set screw. You're also going to notice that there's a small little jig in that wire. You can see it kind of where it comes up and then turns. When this is appropriately set, this wire should basically fall straight through. You should see that down there it should hook, and you want to pull up on it, not to the point that you can move the actual car, but just until you take the tension out of it. And this is going to give us the most amount of adjustment via the iTroll. So what we would do is we'd bring it up until it touches, and then we're going to tighten that set screw right there, and then we're going to test it. So I'm going to grab this, and the other thing is you're going to notice that that nub is going to face straight starboard in this case, or straight out the right side. And we're just going to tighten this guy down. Just a snug. Not going to go crazy there for now. And on iTroll, you're going to turn the iTroll on. Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off so you can see it boot up, so you understand. So we're going to turn it on. Boop-a-doop. You can do it. Give it a second to finish booting down. There we go. Let it boot up. Oh, I thought he had hunt mode on this. Yeah, it's surprising. So we're going to hit idle, and it's going to tell us that currently we are set on the run at 0%. So now run is at 20%, etc., down the line. But what we actually care about is that we are at idle, and that's important because that allows us to pull up on this bar and tighten it down at idle so that the carb is completely closed. So now what we can do is just check and make sure that it's going to go through its range of motion without binding. So we're going to go ahead and hit run. And currently I have it set at 0 throttle, but we can actually start increasing that. And you'll notice that it's just starting to pull up on it. Now, I'll be honest, you can go all the way up here at 70, 100%, and you'll notice at about 95% it starts to tweak that servo. Totally normal, nothing that they're worried about. And the reason for that is that you are never going to run this at that speed. You're never going to go over probably 20, 25% under most circumstances for walleye on Lake Erie. So then we want to take her back to 0, and we just want to make sure that it is indeed getting to 0. So we're going to run it through its paces a couple times here. Seems okay. Seems okay. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to go up into the helm area of the boat up there, and we are going to manually advance the throttle to make sure that it will slip through here and not cause any issues also. So once we've done that and we're satisfied with that it's not binding or causing any issues there, we'll finish the tightening here. We'll put the screw in here. We're going to cut this at about a 1/2 inch so that we do have a little bit of adjustability. We don't really need much though. These don't tend to change. They tend to stay right where they're at. And that'll be the it of it. At that point, what we will do is run this data cable out the front. A lot of times I will take a little bit of heat shrink, or at the bare minimum some tape to tape this guy up. or even here we could add 2 zip ties, just something to keep it so that it, you know, one on each side here, one here and one here, just to keep it from becoming a problem with it pulling apart. And then we'll start installation inside the boat.